Jazz FM at the St. Lucia Jazz Festival. Chris Phillips here, and well, few things are going to make me happier while I'm here than to share a little moment in time with Jazzmeia Horn, who's just been performing at the brand new Harbour Club here, St. Lucia Jazz Festival. Jazzmeia, great to see you. I can say welcome to St. Lucia. This is your first trip out, not only to St. Lucia, but to the islands as well, right? What do you make of it?
I think it's great. Thanks for having me, Chris. I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. I love the sun. So to just bask in the sun. The people are nice. The people here at the hotel are really, really wonderful. I brought the children along with me, and we've kind of made a semi-vacation out of it. I'm working really hard, but I'm also getting to relax as well, so it's beautiful.
The roti's good, right?
The roti's amazing. It's great.
We've seen you perform, and I have to say, watching you perform, you're one of those performers, you whatever mood you're in when you enter the room, you come out happy, you feel enlivened. And it's clear to me that you have a very free spirit, and when you get on stage, you really make a conscious effort, or maybe just a subconscious thing happens that you really enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I like for people to enjoy themselves. If I'm boring, people are going to be like, oh, this show is sad. Maybe. They might enjoy it still, but my feelings are that I want my audience to really enjoy what they're coming to see and receive also, because jazz is not just the music that is just sweet and kind. It also tells a story, and I want people to come to my show and say, oh, I feel revived, or I'm so happy that I came to her show today because I didn't know her and now I know something different, and I'm going to take her music to my children maybe and give them a bedtime story, or take them to my mother and make her feel better about her day. And that's what I want to do, uplift people, because maybe they had a bad day, and that's what I'm here on this earth to do, is to just bring joy and light to people. So it has to be, you know, my attitude has to be great.
You certainly do that. I mean, obviously you sing beautiful standards like The Peacocks, lyrics written by Norma Winston, British jazz singer. You've done Night and Day, and you do a call and response thing with that with your audience. But there's little nuances of contemporary music. I think I heard a little riff from Outkast in your music.
Of course. I'm inspired by so much around me. I grew up with Outkast and, you know, all those cats. Thundercat, you know, Snarky Puppy, you know, Layla Hathaway, all of the contemporary music, it's a part of me as well. And, you know, I'm very much inspired by it.
And you exude this beautiful Afrocentricity with the jewelry, and look at, where's the onk? Look at this giant onk here, this is amazing. You kind of remind me of a young Erykah Badu.
Oh, thank you.
Obvious comparison, but Erykah Badu on Dynamite, the way you take to the stage and entertain is tremendous. This whole Afrocentricity thing is very important to you as your statement of who you are, right? Where did all this interest in this begin?
Well, my mother always said you have to know where you came from and where you're going. So with me, this is life. This represents life. I am a giver of life because I gave my children life. I nurtured them and brought them into the world. This represents life. This circle here represents the womb of the woman. This represents the fallopian tubes, and this represents the penis of the male, which is the mother, the son, and the Holy Spirit, well, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which, as we know, the Greco-Romans, when they went into Kemet, which is now called Egypt, stabbed through the womb, which is what they call a crucifix now, but it used to be called an ankh. And this is what I mean when I say know where you came from and where you're going. So we came from the ankh, and now we're at the crucifix. But this was the original. This is the beginning, and this is life, and I treasure my life. And I also honor my ancestors by carrying this life. So it's not really Afrocentric, it's just my way of being, you know? This fabric, this dress, I made it myself. It has my energy in it because I don't want to wear someone else's clothes when I perform. I want to wear what I make so that I know what I'm giving to my audience, you know what I mean? Yeah. And all of that is just a part of who I am, a part of my essence.
I want to just quickly finish up by talking about two things. First of all, Betty Carter. I mean, obviously a big influence on you. Social Call, a version of Tight. Yes. Tell me about your relationship with her music.
I am so much in love with Betty Carter. I aspire to be as great as her. The way she treated her musicians, the way she wrote her music, and what her storytelling skills were just phenomenal. And I hope that one day I can also accomplish that type of storytelling skills, but also the way she holds the audience on her fingertips. You know, every move, every timbre, every sound, every vibration in her voice that resonates with her. She just taught me how to just be free and and not necessarily worry about what's going on in the world, or if there's something going on in the world, use it and channel it in the music to bring forth light to the people. And that's amazing. That's an amazing way to be, and I hope to be that way someday. And her music is just fun. You know, nobody can really do it because it's so complicated, but it's also, you know, it's got this like really nitty-gritty personality in it. It's like, do this, move out of the way, and if you don't move out of the way, you're gonna get ran over. And that's who I am. So she kind of taught me, hey, you can be yourself, and I appreciate her for that.
I know you're a working mum as well. You mentioned your children are out here with you, and you have to hold down being a mum and looking after their interests first, and then your music. How do the two things intertwine? Do they sort of come and see shows occasionally, or how does it work for you?
I actually see an interconnectedness between motherhood and being a musician, because all of my musicians, I take care of them as if they are my children. I have to make sure they get paid on time. I have to make sure that they come to the dress rehearsals. I have to make sure that my charts are written out for them to be able to give me what I need when they're on stage. It's the same thing with my children. I have to make sure their clothes are ironed and they have a place to live and everything. So it's like, you know, there's an interconnectedness there. And actually being a mother has helped me organize my musician skills a lot better. You know, I've become a better mommy because of my musicianship, and a better musician because of my mommyhood. So they're one and the same, and I'm really grateful that I'm a mom, because it kind of boosted my whole entire life, and organization skills and timing skills. I used to be late to things, trying to do my hair and makeup, and now it's like I'm on point, you know. So I'm really grateful for my children. They've matured me in a way. Yeah.
All right, just a final shout to Ruth Fisher of Jazz FM, who...
Ruth Fisher, I love you! You're awesome! Okay, sorry.
Who, of course, is my erstwhile colleague, and she's a huge fan of yours. Obviously did the first ever British interview on radio, but Ruth Fisher, eat your heart out. I'm in St. Lucia with Jazzmeia Horn.